I wanted to ask you, which is the best India-Pakistan match that you've ever witnessed?
The 2007 World T20 final, I think that was one of the best India-Pak encounters that I have witnessed. Of course, that 2003 Centurion game where again a World Cup game where Shoaib Akhtar and Waqar Younis and Wasim Akram were bowling, and the two Indian openers Virendra Sehwag and Sachin Tendulkar took them apart was also very, very special. But 2007, since it was the final inaugural World T20, nobody knew what to expect. Joginder Sharma bowling the last ball or the last over, and India clinching the title. I'd say that'll take the cake.
Right, I remember Aakash after the 2007 World T20 final, once Misbah-ul-Haq fell and Srishant took that catch because of which India won. The joke doing the rounds was Pakistan, Misbah 4 runs. And I'll never forget that ever. All right, now going into this particular clash, Aakash, the bookmakers of course favouring India 70%. Would you also say that they go in as hands down favourites perhaps, even though they are playing a mercurial side in Pakistan?
Let's not talk about what the bookmakers are saying, because not too long ago they were putting 40% chances of England making it through to not to the final, just actually to win the trophy. So bookmakers have been wrong in the past. All of us have been proved wrong. But on a cricketing logic, just think about the two sides, think about their depth, their balance, their strengths, their weaknesses. You would say that India does start as a favourite to pip Pakistan to the post. But then the only rider is that India should not bat first. If India is chasing, I think it's about 70% in India's favour. But if India were to bat first, then it becomes something like 60-40 in India's favour.
Right, Aakash, I remember before India played Pakistan in the first match, which was the opening encounter for India in the Champions Trophy in this edition. Virat was asked if there's extra pressure whenever they play the arch rivals, and he said absolutely not. We prepare for a match versus Pakistan just like we prepare for any other opposition. But you would have to say that going into a match versus Pakistan, the expectations from the players, as far as the fans are concerned at least, is very different.
Well, obviously they'll peak now. Previously, in a league encounter, you would actually believe what Virat had just said. For the Indian players, it hasn't been a do-or-die encounter. It wasn't a game where losing wasn't an option, as it used to be about 20, 30, 40 years ago. I think Indian players are, and India as a country also, we are very comfortable in our skin, and we don't really treat an India-Pak encounter as if it's just the end of the world and you can't really lose that game. But since it's the final, I think things are going to change radically, since now we know that Pakistan have started peaking just about at the right time. You would obviously treat them slightly differently as well. And you also know that winning the title is something, defending the crown takes a lot more, and that's exactly what India will be trying to do on the 18th. So expect some more pressure as compared to what there has been in the past.
Right, Aakash, what do you think really has worked for Pakistan after they lost to India by a huge margin in that opening encounter for these two teams? What's really worked for them? Because I want to know which are the chinks in Pakistan's armour that Virat Kohli and company will be looking to target.
If I were to just point out and highlight three things, one would be Sarfaraz's captaincy. I thought he was below par in the game against India, where he started the bowling with Imad Wasim. I thought he just played into India's hands. He was trying to do things that were out of the box, ended up doing or committing faux pas. So that didn't work. But then since then, Sarfaraz, the captain, has completely changed, radically different from what we saw in the first game. And now his handling of resources is just impeccable. The way he's used Hassan Ali, he's been their main wicket taker, but he was never been used in the first 15-20 overs, and that was remarkable, putting that much of faith in a youngster's ability to bowl only with the old ball. I thought that is phenomenal. His rotation of bowlers is also outstanding. So Sarfaraz's captaincy, Fakhar Zaman's introduction, because he's just been there as a breath of fresh air. Someone who's had no baggage, who's come in with a clean slate, and has hit the ground running. The way he batted against South Africa, then against Sri Lanka, then against England, you know that this guy knows no pressure and doesn't really even understand that an India-Pakistan encounter or a Champions Trophy encounter is going to is likely to bog him down. Nothing of that sort happened, and that also translated into great opening combinations. The performances, the partnerships that never happened for Pakistan in the ICC events, but they have started happening. And last but not the least, the find of the tournament, a star is born. Hassan Ali, Champions Trophy 2017. Regardless of who wins this tournament, I think we'll all fondly remember this tournament as the introduction of one of the finest bowlers that world might see.